Hello, I'm David Broadhead and welcome to the business programme on Kirklees Local TV, where we intend to inform, educate and even entertain you about current business issues here in Kirklees. Today's guest is Mike Phillips, a successful local entrepreneur who started Direct Visual Ltd back in 1996 and grew it over 15 years to a turnover of over £10 million before selling it to a large multinational. Mike, thank you for joining us today. And could we start by your telling us a little bit about yourself and what inspired or even forced you to start your own business?
Okay, as you said, David, thanks for inviting me, first of all. We started the business back in 1996. It was actually me and my wife who founded it together. What inspired me to start it? Well, I mean, to be honest, there was never anything else that I was going to do. Yeah. When I did my GCSE history, I studied entrepreneurs, and I was excited by the whole entrepreneur thing. When I left school, I had no idea what I might do other than start my own business. I started several businesses, they never succeeded. I went to university eventually because none of my businesses or none of my work had been very successful. And when I left university, I started another business as a market trader, which also wasn't successful. I got a job selling phone systems, and I went through this sort of cycle of working for people, starting my own business, working for people, starting my own business, and unfortunately never been successful. One of the lessons that you can learn from me is that if you keep on trying, eventually you might be successful, but it's very difficult to do it first time around. I got a job with BT, selling video conferencing, and we started a business selling video conferencing. Yep. That's how it started.
The company was highly successful, but you must have gone through some really challenging moments along the way. Are there any you'd like to share with us, and most importantly, how did you overcome them?
The first challenge for any business is to survive. Its first months and first years. Yeah. Certainly if you are not externally funded. So what you have to do to start with is sell a lot of stuff. So that you've got cash. You've got cash to pay yourselves and you've got cash to pay your suppliers. And for most people, that is one of the biggest challenges that they will ever have. It's not easy to do. That's the first challenge. And we overcame that because we were in a growing market. We had a very competitively priced product which had a lot of useful features on it, and we managed to sell a lot of stuff. So that was the first problem. After a couple of years of trading, we had several poor months in a row, and we became what they told us was technically insolvent. So we became technically insolvent in 2001. And that was a big problem for us. We did overcome it. We overcame it without downsizing the business, and we overcame it by being better at what we did, by selling more stuff again, and by just being better. That was how we did it. What did we learn from that? We learnt that we needed a plan, and our plan had been everything's going great. We'll keep on selling stuff and we'll keep on making money, but we had no strategy. We had no sort of strategic intent, no sort of strategic plan. So as things just kind of simmered for 6 months, eventually we found that we'd had so many poor months in a row that we actually didn't have any money. The way that we overcame it was that we put a plan together. We put the plan to the business. We told the business what situation we were in. We told them how we intended to get out of it. We told them that we were all in it together, which we were. Yeah. And everybody did pull together at that time, and we did manage to carry out that plan.
How do you think you changed along the way, and who or what were the greatest influences on you?
What I had to learn for the business to be successful and to go forward was how to put a strategy together and how to lead the business in the achievement of that strategy. The next step is to tell people what it is, and to put that into the business in a way that people think, yeah, this is a good idea for all of us to actually do. You know, yep. It's a plan and a strategy that we believe in, and that's the leadership part. I didn't have that when I started at all, but when we finished, I was quite good at actually putting the strategy together and then letting the business know what the strategy was and how it worked for everybody.
You've led us into a few secrets there, but without sort of giving away too many, what would be your key suggestions and recommendations to anyone that's currently running their own small business or thinking of starting one?
Yeah, I think fundamentally, first thing, you've got to know what sort of a business you want to be. So there are different types of businesses. There are businesses that compete on price, cheaper than everybody else. That's their thing. And there are businesses that differentiate. We're not the cheapest, but we give you all this stuff, which other people don't necessarily give you. So decide on what style business you want to be. I think that's important. I think that the next thing, and it's something that I did all along the whole time I was in business, is get help. You know, it's very difficult to do it on your own.
Yes.
It's very difficult for anybody to know all the answers. It's very difficult for everybody to know everything they need to know to start a business, to grow a business, to run a business to quite a lot of money, and then to how to sell a business. I mean, all of those things you need advice. You need people to coach you. So I'm a great advocate of coaching. I think that there's lots of people out there who can help. One of the greatest things you can do as an entrepreneur, somebody who starts and grows a business, is to be open to take advice from other people and not to think that you know all the answers yourself right from the start, because you don't.
So what comes next for Mike Phillips? I know you've been involved recently in helping to raise the skills agenda in Kirklees, but how do you intend to keep yourself busy in the future? I can't imagine it's relaxing on a golf course in the Algarve or some other hobby, but you've got to use your expertise to support growing organisations.
Right, you don't think the Algarve's me then, do you, David? You're probably right. I have recently put together a CV as a non-exec director, and I think that the next phase for me is to work part-time as a non-exec director in some businesses that are looking to grow, like we grew.
There's a wealth of experience there that some organisations somewhere could desperately do with, and I wish you all the best with that, and I wish them all the best with their growth as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that's all for this week. Once more, I'd like to thank Mike Phillips for sharing his thoughts and experience with us, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on the business programme on Kirklees Local TV. Goodbye.